Well, here we are in the air on the way to Brisbane, first day of my holiday. Crossing the Gold Coast, and now we are approaching Moreton Bay. That is the entrance to the Brisbane River there. Now we've turned and we are approaching the airstrip for our landing across the swamps and the mangrove swamps of Bribie Island, which was used to be Bribie Island. And we're getting close to touchdown now. I spent the rest of the day with the family, and then the next day, Thursday, this is Thursday, and the next day, Friday, I took the train to Sandgate and met a very good friend, Gay, who I used to teach at Soper College. We had morning tea here at the old Sandgate post office. There's Gay and her sister Wilma and me. After morning tea, Gay drove us around Sandgate to have a look at some of the very beautiful Queenslanders that you can see up there. We went off then to Malani. That's what we should have seen, but the weather changed and this is what it really looked like. The fog came in, but we had lunch in the village at a very nice restaurant. Saturday I spent with the family. There's Nick, Kate, Philip, Fiona, me down the front, Matthew, Michelle and Ashton. Leanne was there too, and Graham, but Leanne was taking this photograph. Fiona has a lovely little West Highland Terrier called Caber, who I spent quite a bit of time with. Sunday, we first went to the Albany Creek Memorial Gardens, where my sister and her husband are interned, and I just wanted to visit. Off I went after that to the Borovansky reunion, which was wonderful. That's the group of people, all old ballet dancers. Monday, I went and visited Bill's niece Cheryl down at Bribie Island. That's her van. Cheryl had quite a bit of pottery of mine, as you can see here. A few very lovely pieces. Wall clock, wind chime, looks a bit like Bill actually. Tuesday, we came back into town and I had lunch with Bill's nephew Bob. This is their apartment at Kangaroo Point. Bob also produced some of my pottery, these lovely stoneware plates. And this particular vase was something that I made in 1975. It has the Mossman mark on it. So if you see anything with this mark, it will become very collectible. And a very nice cheese plate and cover, also made about 75. Wednesday, birthday day, I went into the Felons Brewery and met some friends for lunch. This is the top of that lift that you've just seen, and it's very, very close to Story Bridge. So I'm about to take a ride down the lift, and there it is, the Felons Brewery Company, where we're going to be having lunch. And the River Cat going past there. Okay, I'm hopping onto the lift. And down we go with the wonderful views of Kangaroo Point and the Brisbane River. And the Felons Brewing Company coming up here now. More views of the river, the Story Bridge, and the Brisbane city skyline. This is looking up the river. And there's my friends Ron and David. I taught both of those guys at Teachers College 57 years ago. After dinner, after lunch rather, we went up to Ron's place, which is just above, up there at the top of the lift. This is the beautiful gardens that he looks after. And this is the view from Ron's balcony, once again overlooking that wonderful Story Bridge and the city of Brisbane in the background there. Then I went down and caught a river cat back up the river to South Bank. We're passing the Maritime Museum, and when I went to get my ticket, the lady looked at me and she said, I was wearing my birthday badge, and she said, oh, we have a special on today. It's a free ride for anybody who's having a birthday. This is the skyline of Brisbane again from South Bank. Then I went up and caught the train at South Bank railway station back to Clayfield, and then we finished the day with a Chinese meal at Clayfield Court. Now I'm back on the plane. It's Thursday the 11th, the last day, heading back to Newcastle. You can see Mount Warning there. It's a little bit difficult to see, but that's the caldera. It's a wonderful sight. Now we've reached Newcastle and the plane is now turning to make its approach and landing across the Stockton sandhills and these very wonderful beaches which stretch for 30 kilometres up the coast. Apparently it's very easy to see it from space. It was very windy. The wind was blowing about 40 knots by now, so it's a bit of a bumpy landing. Coming in now, we're bucking and kicking a bit. Getting very, very close now. There's the airport coming up, crossing Nelson Bay Road there, and about to touch down. Stand by. Made it.